Okay, bro, how are you doing?
Excellent, man.
Yeah?
And you, Mr. T?
I'm doing good, bro.
Awesome.
Yeah, machine. Yeah. So, how's life, bro? How's crypto is crazy every day. Did you see the drop today?
Yeah, I took a huge dump, but I hope we bought the dip,
you,
right?
you took a
Yeah.
huge dump. Okay.
The market took the dump. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's good, bro. That's good.
Yeah.
How was Ethereum doing? It went
Oh,
down quite a bit, right?
that yeah went down a lot. I'm sure you saw. I think a lot
Yeah.
of people are freaking out, but yeah, everyone's talking about Ethereum right now.
Yeah. I booked. Well, I had
Yeah.
some buying orders. So
Yeah.
I'm happy about that.
You're the strong hands, right?
Yeah, right. Yes. So last time we were talking, we talked about blockchain, what blockchain is, right? Then
Yeah.
we talk about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And every time you talk about Bitcoin, the next question is, and what about Ethereum? Are they the same?
Right.
Right?
It's common question, right?
Yeah,
And
sure.
everyone's like, what's the difference? Which one's better? Which one should I buy?
Yeah. Always.
Exactly.
And so let's start from the beginning. What is Ethereum?
Right. So again, it comes down to the purpose of why it was built, right? So,
Okay. Yeah.
Bitcoin was meant to be an electronic, cash system, right? Now it's more like a digital, store of value.
Correct.
Digital gold, right? That's
Yeah.
how it's being used now. So it's really just a transfer of wealth. Very, very simple, right?
Yeah.
Now with Ethereum, it's actually a totally different concept. It's not money per se. It wasn't really meant to be a transfer of value system, but rather a world supercomputer.
Okay.
So, okay, we all heard of the term supercomputer, right?
Right.
Big like storage rooms with multiple servers racked up.
Yeah. Processors, everything. Right.
Exactly, yeah. It's usually just in one building and it's owned by a company, right? And it has like thousands and hundreds of calculations per second or whatever. Now, think of that, but literally decentralized, where, a node, that could be your computer, my computer, your uncle's friend's computer, anywhere in the world. And with the internet, it's all connected, right, virtually. And it's one giant mesh supercomputer
Yeah.
that's supposed to execute, contracts.
Okay.
So, yeah, very, okay.
So yeah, like,
It's gonna let your brain process it a bit. Yeah.
yeah. The thing is, what is centralized? Let's go over, because there's also quite a few definitions.
Yeah.
Right. Like one
Yeah.
of them is like there's not a single breakpoint. Right. There's not one-
Exactly.
So can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so I mean, again, this is overgeneralized, but centralized, at least in our terms, just means it's owned by a specific company, right? So if that company goes bankrupt, boom, that thing is gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
All the services, platform, whatever you're using with that company,
It's gone.
would just be gone.
Yeah.
Website
Let's say
goes
like
down.
a bank, right? A bank just goes down and deposits, everything goes down with it.
You're screwed.
Right?
Yeah,
Basically.
you're screwed.
Yeah. So what we're doing when it's decentralized is that there's not a central, obviously, institution, right?
Exactly.
And that's the point, the meaning of not having a single point of like a breaking point, right? Because
Exactly.
this is extended across everywhere, right? The whole world.
Exactly. So ideally, right, it cannot be shut down.
Exactly.
Just like the internet, like there's no button where anyone can press and shut down. You can't, right?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we went for that one, and then you talked about contracts. Can you just really lightly, because otherwise we will go away
Right.
too much. But okay, so it's a supercomputer, or
Right.
let's say a platform, right?
Right.
Yeah, where things happen, right? And they're
Right.
not centralized, meaning no one single person or institution can take a definitive action
Right.
inside, right?
Right.
And this platform holds or houses contracts.
Exactly.
What do these contracts look like? Because contracts for most people are lawyers, trouble, a lot of difficult things happening, right? Like even the way we write them, and it has to be based by lots of different like laws and regulations. But these are super kind of simple things, right?
Exactly. So let's start simple. And it really is, if you think about it. A contract is usually just a piece of paper. Usually a lot of us don't like it. We hate it. We read it and we sign it only because we have to.
Yeah.
So it's just words, right? Saying, okay,
Yeah.
if you do this, I do that for you, signed on this date by so-and-so. Now, contracts usually are obligations, right? Or it's a responsibility.
Yeah.
So just think of this one as a rent, okay? You become an adult, you're going to rent your first apartment, you got a job. You have to pay rent to your landlord, right?
Right.
To do that, usually you sign a contract,
Yeah.
1 year, 1 month, whatever. But it's for fixed length between landlord and renter.
Correct.
Now, before blockchain, before Ethereum, the only way to do this was, okay, we sign a paper and I send you money.
Yeah, right.
And then if I don't send you money, you're going to chase after me, right?
Definitely.
This usually you and I can do, directly. But imagine it gets a bit more complex. Imagine, you're a landlord and you have like 100 tenants, right?
Right.
Usually you're going to have agents in between, right? So it gets more complex.
Yeah, too
Now, in
much.
real world contracts, they could be really, really complex where there's like 100 middle layers, right?
Yeah,
All
correct.
chasing each other.
Yeah.
Think of supply chain, right? Think of, government contracts, right?
Correct. Correct.
So just that thought alone, there's so many middle layers and so many people having to trust each other, make sure one person is following up.
Yeah.
It gets really, really messy. And we all know how that feels. Now,
Definitely.
imagine I told you, okay, we can implement the same contract, the same logic and function we need to. I pay you rent, you get money, yay.
Yeah. So it's a condition, right?
Without any intermediary, without having to pay an agent
Yep.
just to do that for you. This is a core concept of the smart contract.
So it's just like establishing a condition that is going to trigger an action.
That's exactly it.
Right.
And it's executed and governed by, in this case, Ethereum blockchain.
So it lives there, and it's being
It
recorded.
lives there, it executes there, it records
Executes
there.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the
Okay.
beauty of it.
Exactly. So then that is what Ethereum was made for, as a platform, rather than
Yes.
holding value. I mean,
Yes.
it gives a complete different value, right? Because now
Yes.
everyone is using, well, a lot of people, well, pretty much almost everything happens still on the Ethereum platform, right?
Exactly. So essentially, the reason why people use Ethereum is to execute these contracts. A lot of them are simple. As in, the simplest one is, hey, just transfer 1 Ethereum to you, which a lot of people use it as a way to transfer value. right?
Correct. Yeah.
More complex ones, it could be like gaming, right? Or it can even be a contract for like derivatives, which is a lot more complex.
But that's a layer 2, right? That's how it's called.
It could be layer 2. So yeah, you're jumping even ahead of me.
Yeah, I know.
Again,
I know.
if you can think of any contract that can exist in real life, you can pretty much
can
put
be
it on
replicated.
Ethereum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, DeFi, right? This is what is happening with decentralized finances, correct?
DeFi, real estate, again, rent, supply chain. It's literally endless,
Endless,
right? And I
yeah.
can go on and on.
Every
and on.
human activity, pretty much,
Yeah.
that needs conditions to trigger actions.
Yeah, so that's why when everyone is saying Ethereum, it's because of this expansive possibilities, and we've only just scratched the surface of this use case.
Okay, yeah. Okay, and I have more questions, but before, who created Ethereum?
Right. So, public-wise, right, it's attributed to Vitalik Buterin, right? Smart, really young prodigy programmer, and he is.
Yeah.
But of course, there's more people involved, co-founders and such.
Okay, so
Yeah,
he's not the only one that
He's not the only one.
single-handedly
Yeah.
did. Okay.
But just in the community, there's a lot of memes and
Yeah,
sentiment
he's
built
kind
around
of worshipped,
Vitalik.
right? Like
Yeah,
Jesus
really
Christ
smart
status.
guy.
Yeah.
So of course, there's a team behind it, and it's
Okay.
publicly open.
Okay. And he holds 333,000 ethers. Is that right?
I forgot the exact number, but
I think it's around there. And
let's
he
just say
became a
that guy's not
billionaire.
worried about finance.
He's not
Yeah.
worried about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to look at the prices and the menu.
No, I mean he just continues to build and build, and it's good
Yeah.
for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this it's just everything. So the value it's in everything that enables.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And if it's so valuable, a lot of people ask like why Ethereum is like this value in comparison to Bitcoin. And so in the past, right, people speculated that one day perhaps we could see Ethereum going over. It almost happened a few years ago, right? The price the shifted,
flippening.
right? The flipping.
Yeah.
It didn't happen, and of course now the it's getting wider and wider, the difference
Right,
of price.
right.
Why do you think is that? I mean, I know there's not a definitive
Right.
answer, but you're the machine and you know more than me. So.
Well, I mean, it's not like there's one answer, one factor. There's probably a gazillion factors that goes
Correct.
into this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just because Bitcoin was the first one, it still
Yeah.
does have a big dominance. But in the very near future, right, I wouldn't be surprised if Ethereum had the biggest market cap relative to the entire crypto market. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I can see that happening, right? It's not
Even though
unusual.
the price of the token itself may never reach that of Bitcoin.
Right. So when people say price, right, that's just an illusion. What you need to look at is the market cap. Because price is relative to how much supply you have. So yeah, it's just a psychological number, but it's really the market cap. So if the market cap becomes bigger than Bitcoin, yeah. So
Okay.
yeah. Again, price is just an illusion. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I agree. But
Yeah.
let's see. Right now, I am sure people watching this are
Yeah.
asking, so where should I invest my money? Like, should I go for
Right.
ETH or Bitcoin or both? If both, what percentage? What would you do? Or
Right.
can you just open up and tell us a little bit about your personal decisions about your
Right.
portfolio?
So of course, everyone says not financial advice.
Yeah.
I'll just share what I do, right?
Yeah,
And
please.
this has been working for me. Essentially, keep a majority of what you want to invest into Bitcoin and Ethereum. Why? Because the long-term outlook is just more promising, right?
Right.
There's already infrastructure there. So it's not just a no-name investment that...
Imaginary,
Yeah.
hopeful thing.
Exactly. Yeah. And for me personally, I want to support both projects.
Yeah.
I want to see Bitcoin grow as a digital store of value, and I want to see Ethereum grow as its own thing. Again, they're not competitors. They're completely different things, right? If you really look into it. So I feel comfortable holding, for example, 50-50 of each.
Oh, yeah?
I would, yeah. I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good to know because really, like I've preferred Bitcoin myself, but
Right.
had I not, now I would actually have made more money with Ethereum in the last few weeks.
Right. Everyone says that in hindsight. So
course. So
it's
it's-
almost like, okay, do your own research, look
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
If you really like the project and you feel comfortable, then yeah, just hold, equal amounts of both.
Yeah.
Or you could do 60-40, whatever you feel comfortable with.
True. For today,
Yep.
thank you
Thanks.
very much.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself. Okay.
Likewise.
Okay.